Hello, welcome back and thanks for joining me. It's Judy from Thistledew Creations and I have a Temu haul for you today. I couldn't help myself. I get several emails a day from Temu and a lot of them I just delete because you can't order every time they email you. It's a little ridiculous, but they're always trying. So I had placed a few orders in one day. They had me on that treadmill of trying to get points to earn credits and all this stuff. So I admit that I do get caught up in that sometimes. This seems to be the only loose thing in the bag. No, I didn't order it all by itself. But these are 4-leaf clovers. And they look like they're between acetate. I'm not sure if it's a sticker. I think it is, but I'm not sure. Maybe they're just preserved between, like done with a heat sealing machine and laminator. So anyway, I thought those would be fun to have just for, Happy Meal and for St. Patrick's Day. I just love them. My grandmother always collected them and put them in books. So I love that. And then we've got another bag inside the bag. Because I ordered several different orders in one day, they usually pool them together and ship them all at once. What do we have here? Oh, rice moisturizing cleanser. You're not going to be so interested in that. But I picked that up along with my craft stuff. So I can't wait to try that. It's supposed to minimize pores. And then a button cutting die. I love buttons. So it'll be fun to make my own out of patterned paper, just whatever pretty paper I want to. And then I got some pretty nail files. What does this say? Disinfectable and washable. Interesting. They might be a little more durable than some of the cardboard ones that you get. I'm going to see how they are. Ooh. They're fairly flexible. They're on some sort of board, but they do maybe a little, well, this side is the 180 grit, fairly smooth, and this is quite rough. So if you want to shorten your nails without cutting them, I don't do my own toes anymore, but when I do need to do something to my toenails, I file them instead of cutting them, because when I cut them, I make an absolute mess. But I really liked the pretty design on them. I like to have pretty things as well as useful things. What else have we got here? Pad of paper, 6x6s, which I have plenty of, but I just couldn't resist it. The nice florals, different colored backgrounds, mostly roses, all pinks. They remind me of old wallpaper. So I'm excited for those. And a brayer and broad-tipped tweezers. I don't have a brayer, and something that I've been kind of watching a lot of jelly print videos. And I did see one where you could make your own using, I believe, gelatin, which I do have, but I don't know if I'll do that. I might just order one. But I've also seen where people are using these and doing prints just using a silicone mat, which I do have. So can't wait to try that. And the broad-tipped tweezers, better, I think, for picking up paper without ripping it, especially when it's wet. So I'm excited for both of those things. I kind of had it in my cart for a long time. And I think this shield is a good idea for preventing splatters coming back at you. So that was fun. And I got it in the pale mint green. And then I got one of these zippers in a swap one time, and I've used it all up completely. And so I've had these in my cart for a long time. And usually when you have things in your cart for a long time, or if you click on it several times, but I play it safe and put it in my cart. My cart has several hundred items in it at all times. But once you do click on it and or put it in your cart, then they start offering it to you in those specials like 90% off or 1 cent items or free items. They'll show you the things that you look at and the things that you have in your cart. So I won't use them as zippers. I'll just use the, like I'll cut it and use parts of it in clusters and collages and along the edge of journaling cards and things like that. So I wanted to get like a pink about this color. That was the only pink I could find. The one that I had was darker pink, more like this. But I thought, well, I'll get all like a multi-pack, and that way I'll find ways to use them as accent colors, even though none of these are really my favorite color. There's always accents. Like for instance, on this paper, you know, the beige would work. If you had a cream colored one, it would work. A green one would work. There's not a lot here that would work. The red could work with that as an accent. So you don't have to be doing a burgundy project to use the burgundy. So I'm really happy to have those as well. I mean, Temu, it just makes me happy. It's funny, that same top that I was saying, I said it in the last video with the avocado dyeing. I wore a top yesterday that was that avocado dyed color. And it was from Temu, and it was a long tunic with big polka dots, about 3/4 of an inch around or across, polka dots about this size. And the polka dots were like fluffy, fuzzy. And a lady in the grocery store stopped me and says, "Oh, I love your top. Where'd you get it? Did you get it locally?" And I kind of sheepishly, "No, I got it on Temu." And then we started talking. I didn't know this lady, but we started talking about, you know, it's better to buy from China right now than from the States if you're Canadian. No offense to you US viewers, but that's how we feel right now. I know you have your feelings about us too, whether you used to or not. It's been told to you to feel a certain way about us. Anyway, so we talked for quite a while, and it was kind of funny. And then I got these. I guess they're the PET stickers. They're the ones that the backing is really hard to get off, but you just have to, I go at it with my pokey tool. And again, to you US people, I'm from the States, so I mean, it breaks my heart that this is going on. That's all I'm going to say. Breaks my heart big time. But these, I just try to get between the two layers with the pokey tool. And it's not easy sometimes. The back is stiffer than the front usually. So if you can get it started. And then the other thing that I have seen people do is take 2 pieces of tape. Let's try that method. I always have tape right here with my napkins in the top drawer. So if you take 2 little pieces of Scotch tape, one on each side of the sticker, and pull, that will release it. That one actually works easier than the pick. It's too bad that they don't leave like an edge for you to grab, but I'm pretty sure it's because they're mass printing them and then cutting them out with like a die cutter. So they can't really leave a tab or an edge around them, but I really love those, and they look like dried flowers. And then this really caught my eye. I've always loved the Afghans that are crocheted with the black backgrounds or the black joinery. And so they had this in, I think it's a 2-yard package. So I picked this up. I thought this would be really fun to play with, all the different colors. Absolutely love it. It doesn't, well, it feels nice and smooth, not so cottony. Maybe it's a blended yarn that they use, but I really do like that. It reminds me of my mama who made Afghans. She didn't always use such pretty colors though. Of course, at the time, that's what we wanted. She would make us red, white, and blue. We wanted to be like our American cousins too. Everything was red, white, and blue. And then, let's see, we've got some tiny little glitter. Iridescent little hexagons and tiny little dots. And so I thought this would be fun to sprinkle as fairy dust on different things when I'm working. I often use, you can do it right into your white glue or your 3-in-1 glue that's clear, or you can use clear nail polish too. It is a good way to use up your clear nail polish. And then another pack of 6x6 papers. I think I have another order coming still. Maybe it'll come today. So this I couldn't resist either. Reminds me also of like a wallpaper feel. And pinks. I'm finding myself drawn to pinks, and I absolutely love a pale blue with pink roses. Look at the tiny little print on that one. And then a little stripe coordinate, and then it looks like it, oh no, that's not the same one. I was going to say it looks like it repeats. There, it repeats there. So at least 2 of each one. They do have great little paper packs, and they usually have a retail price of about 5 something for a 6x6 pack, and then if you can get them half price or 90% off, they're a really great value. Almost dollar store prices. So that's my little Temu haul. I'm going to go wash my face with my new deep pore cleansing rice moisturizing cleanser. Oh, this is one more item that I didn't show you. This I'm thinking for a stocking stuffer. Got a couple people in mind for this. I wanted to see what it was like first. So it's a stitch book held together with a piece of that cotton lace, but it basically teaches you how to do the stitch. So you go, you know, it says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's where your needle needs to go to do that running stitch. And we'll just skip a few. Stem stitch. So this one doesn't have spaces in between. So you go 1, 2, and you go back, and you go forward and back and forward and back. And of course it has Chinese writing, which I guess you could translate, see what it says, but it might just say stem stitch. And then chain stitch. I think with the chain stitch, you're getting a little loop around each. It's too bad they didn't show you what it's supposed to look like. That would be good. This one kind of does in the end. It looks like a daisy. And then a straight stitch, 1000 flower stitch, cross stitch, how to do it properly, blanket stitch, I love blanket stitch, fly stitch, so good for leaves and feathers and stuff. So I thought that would be fun to give as a stocking stuffer or a small gift for my niece and my boyfriend's, my son's girlfriend, sorry. I don't have a boyfriend, just my husband. So that's the end of my Temu haul. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Most of all, have a great day and happy crafting.